Okay guys, we are here in Santa Monica, the heart of left-wing ideology, definitely in a bubble if you know what I'm saying, but we are going to be asking people what they think is going to happen this upcoming election and, you know, some other questions surrounding the recent events, including Trump's second attempted assassination attempt. So, yeah, let's get into it, see who we can find. I'm expecting there to be probably a 10-to-1 or maybe 8-to-2 ratio of Trump supporters to Democrats, or maybe leftists, they're not really Democrats. I've seen some of your comments in the YouTube video saying that we should be less confrontational, but guys, they're trying to literally kill Trump, okay? So we're not gonna really go back, we're gonna go forward. The questions are gonna be not maybe more aggressive, but more accurate to what's going on. If you guys are new here from the Charlie Kirk squad, I appreciate you. You know, it's great to have you. I'm glad I'm being discovered, considering the shadow ban, but you guys can help me combat that. Let's try to get to 2,000 subs. That'll be the next target. Ask these guys right here. Excuse me, fellas. Can I ask you a question about the upcoming election?
We're Canadian. You don't want our.
You can still give an opinion. It's all right. So the election's in 36 days. Any thoughts on what's going to happen?
Mike, your thoughts? Best of luck, America.
Best of luck.
Best of luck.
If you were American, who would you vote for?
I'm a guest in this country. I don't have any opinions. Yeah,
No
The Rock.
The Rock. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. He's voting for The Rock, I guess. You know what's funny is that in California, he could probably vote if he wanted to. That's the crazy part.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. Because they're not checking registration. As a matter of fact, they're suing to let illegals vote in this election. So,
wow.
Yeah. If he wanted to, he definitely could affect our election. Excuse me, guys. Can I ask you your thoughts on this upcoming election in the next 36 days?
She wants to answer.
You want to answer?
I'm Swedish.
You're Swedish?
Yeah.
But if you could vote, who would you vote for in this upcoming election?
Not Trump.
Not Trump? Okay, it's in 36 days. Why would you not vote for Trump? You're voting for, so Kamala, I'm assuming, is who you'd vote for.
Well, I don't know. I don't really know the...
Why would you prefer Kamala to Trump?
I don't know.
You don't know? Can you give one reason?
Nope.
No? What about you? She couldn't give one reason. Maybe you could give one reason? Or who'd you go for?
Not Kamala.
Not Kamala. Based. There it is. Okay.
Based.
The election's in shambles, bro.
Sure is.
Yeah. The economy's terrible. Are you American?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I just can't. Yeah.
Groceries are way too expensive. The economy is terrible. You know, everything's bad. Basically, everything's gotten worse.
I agree.
Why do you think people can't see that? Is it just emotional, or is it something else?
I don't know. People don't like Trump, but...
Is it because of his personality? Is it because he's a billionaire, basically, they don't like that? Or
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I say we should have a no president.
No president?
Yeah.
So how should the system be run, do you think? Just the Congress and Supreme Court, or what?
I think everyone should just be like this.
A direct democracy?
Not like this.
Okay.
Yeah, and then everyone should just stay here.
Well, see, that's what ancient Rome did. They voted on every issue.
Yeah.
But they couldn't really get anything done because, you know, people are voting on every issue. So you kind of have to have a decision maker, like a company needs a CEO.
Yep.
So, you know, what do you think about that? We need someone who's going to make decisions, right?
I'd say so. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
The reason you said there shouldn't be a president is because it's too controversial. One person being in charge is very politicizing, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that person's in charge, I don't want them to be in charge. But why do you think that's the case? Why do you think people feel that way? When it should be just about the policies.
Well, then the opposite house, or the opposite party always has power over the house, and I don't know, nothing ever gets done. So.
Yeah, it should be about the policies. I think it's more about identity now. They care more about the identity of the person rather than what they can do. So
I agree.
You know, everything was better under Trump, but people don't want to look at that because, oh my gosh, he's a billionaire or he's a man or whatever, and they don't like that. Any thoughts on how we can get back to the era when people just cared about ideas and not identity?
I'd say once both of these candidates and
I think you're talking about more like
both of these candidates are out of the running completely, maybe in like 8 years, I'd say it'll probably come back down a bit.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
There's going to be a curve.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Are you a voting age?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. All right. Thanks, bro. All right, have a good day.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Excuse me, guys. Can I ask your thoughts on this upcoming election in 36 days?
I'm from England, so I don't get involved in it, if that's okay with you.
Okay, well, if you don't want to answer, that's okay, but your politics kind of reflect ours, so I feel like it's related if you want to give an answer.
Choose your best. No?
No thoughts?
No.
Okay, have a good day.
I really don't watch news or anything, so...
That's good. You shouldn't watch news. It's all fake. Yeah. All right. Excuse me, ladies. Sorry to interrupt, but could I ask you your thoughts on this upcoming election? This in 36 days, it's going to be crazy.
No, it's not. We already had a full day of talking about
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen? Just overview.
Bullshit.
Bullshit's going to happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bullshit's happening currently.
From one side or two sides?
All
or
of the sides.
Okay.
Everyone. All of the sides.
So, right now the polls show that Trump's leading in the swing states. What do you think is going to happen November 4th?
I don't know. We'll see. No, you can't be too sure that...
That's right. Yeah. In 2016, there was no way to tell. Yeah. Do you think that the rhetoric should be toned down around like demonizing people that support Trump? Given,
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I mean, he was someone tried to assassinate him for the second time.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. Are you American?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of tourists here. That's why I was asking. We asked people, and they're like, "Oh, we're not from America, so we can't answer." But yeah, asking people here. Obviously, there's a lot of liberals, a lot of people that are very far left, but they're always very dismissive, and they just demonize Trump. I feel like they're in a bubble. Would you agree with that?
100%.
Yeah. So I can tell you're probably going to vote for Trump, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah. Why do you think it's such like a triggering topic when it should be so straightforward and based on facts?
I don't know. My heart's pounding because I'm like, my face is gonna be all over the place. No, I mean, it's how you're made to feel that you're like ostracized over having. I mean, it's a free country. You do your thing. You do I do mine. And it shouldn't be about your politics. It should be about who you are as people. But they've made it I don't know. They've made it like this. So
the left obsesses over identity because they think that to be a good person you have to be part of the right club or the right cult.
Right.
But they don't.
If you're not in the club, you're out of the club.
Exactly, and it's almost as if they reject ideas as inherently oppressive. Like if you walk up to a person and say, "Why wouldn't you vote for Trump?" They think that they're being like assaulted or like accosted. It's like, "Oh my gosh, how dare you even ask that?"
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is crazy.
But yeah, on both sides though, nobody is innocent in everything. So I will say that though.
Yeah, I think that, how they used to say that the people that were voting for Trump were the old people watching Fox News. Mm-hmm. I think now it's the people that are watching CNN, including young people. Like a lot of young people we talk to,
it's TikTok and Instagram. That's where they get their clips, and
it's
they
crazy.
Don't do their own research. And it's easier to be ignorant and not do your own research.
Yeah.
And you see something and it ignites a reaction, emotional reaction, and you feel some type of way about it. And instead of doing your diligence and being an adult about it,
exactly.
It's easy to feed into the victim mindset.
They're not practiced in dialogue and free speech. I think that's the reason why they hate Elon Musk so much for providing free speech. Mm-hmm. Is because even the idea that you can talk with somebody you disagree with is triggering to them. It's enraging.
Oh my God, yeah, we've had a whole... You can't talk to anybody these days.
Right. Well,
that's why when you came up, I was like, oh, fuck me! Sorry.
You know what's funny is when I was walking, I was like, okay, these girls are obviously voting for Kamala because all the girls my age are voting for Kamala.
Do we look like that? I'm just kidding.
There's no way to tell. Honestly, in California...
It is.
It's very easy to assume, but we're
either way though. You can assume either way. I mean,
did you think that I was voting for Kamala?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, that's horrible. I'm so sorry.
No, it's not. But
that's disgusting.
We're also in a very
liberal area.
Very, very liberal area.
So, are you guys from California?
No, I'm from Colorado. I come from a very liberal place as well, but I come from more of people that worked really, really hard for everything that they got.
That's awesome.
And we're all immigrants at the end of the day, but we did it the legal way, and we got in and we worked our asses off, and I'm not expecting anyone to pay my bills.
Exactly. Well, when you're not resentful of the patriarchy or capitalism or whatever arbitrary
Everyone
system.
wants to get in so bad, so I don't see what the problem is.
Exactly.
Leave. Move.
Do you agree with all of this?
I do.
Good. Where are you from?
I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
Okay. Oh
but
wow.
I am American.
What do you think of Trudeau?
Oh, that's a good question.
That guy's a word I can't say on YouTube.
I don't know nothing about any of that, but I know it's all crazy. Everything's crazy.
They're basically
left,
they're fully communist over there. I mean, they freeze people's bank accounts for disagreeing with the government, so it's really bad.
That's where we're headed, and I'm scared for everyone.
Yeah. I'm not from here either. I'm from Texas, so yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, baby.
Fuck yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, we're in Texas.
Houston, the suburbs of Houston.
I have a ton of friends from Houston.
Cool.
So,
yeah. Yeah, we're out here asking people. What else should I ask them? Any ideas? Okay. All right. Thank you for talking.
Thank you guys.
I really appreciate it. When I walked up, I was like, there's no way they're going to be...
No, I'm scared. I'm like, am I getting pranked right now?
Do you think you're going to get chewed out?
No, well, yeah, for sure.
We don't have, you know...
Because you got to understand that like 98% of girls your age, like in California, would definitely...
Well, we were just talking about it today because we actually hadn't shared our political views with each other. That when we both found out, we kind of think the same way. We were like, oh, that like...
relieve some of the pressure.
Yeah.
But I think everyone's feeling the heat these days of like no one can afford shit anymore. Everything is so backwards.
It's self-evidently not sustainable, but what I find is people don't care about ideas, they care more about just allegiance to the party. Do you think you guys would be ostracized from your friend group? We have to go?
All good.
Over here?
You guys were
We have to go?
Thank you.
Okay, this was great.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. All right, bye. Thank you. Bro, those girls were based, but security came up and was like, you got to go. The Matrix in real time. Bro, resist the slave mind. Dude, just put it on my shirt. Show. Resist the slave mind, bro. They came to stop us, but they couldn't keep us silent. Message got out, bro. Dude, those girls were great.
They were pretty, bro. Freak. They were gorgeous. The
Gorgeous,
one from
right?
Canada was cute. I was like, you're so cute.
You can go back and get her number if you want.
I know.
You want to?
No, I'm working, but it's okay. I should have, but I'm working.
Bro, wait.
I'm not.
Yo. What if we on camera went back? You got her number. I got the blonde's number.
I think one of them had like a ring on, but whatever.
Oh, well, I wouldn't be surprised. Girls that are that high quality immediately get wifed up. So.
Yeah, they're high quality right off the bat.
Of course. Bro, this election's going to go different. The hot girls in California are saying they're voting for Trump, dude. This is crazy.
What's your channel?
Abraham Iyer. You can look it up.
Abraham what?
Abraham Iyer, spelled Abraham on YouTube.
Iyer?
Yeah, Iyer.
Abraham Iyer.
Eyre.
Eyre. Got
Yeah.
you. Okay.
He was saying you're cute, by the way. Do you have Instagram?
Yeah.
She's got a man.
Oh.
Boy.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Okay. Bye. Dude, I was trying to wingman you, bro.
No, bro, I appreciate it. No, she's definitely got a man, bro. Yeah, high quality, just off the rip, you could tell she's got a man. That's why I was like, nah. But I got that clip too, so the comeback after.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Right,
Dude, wait,
cool.
right as I was saying that these high quality girls in California, that's crazy.
Yeah, they come right back.
They're like walking, that's crazy. Okay, let's go that way.
Dude, she was cute.
That was ideal.
She looks like she's from Canada, not like an American look.
Right. Dude, those, are you recording, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Those Jordan Peterson genetics, dude.
Yeah.
Jordan. Should I ask these fellas or not?
Yeah, shoot for it.
Excuse me, fellas. Can I ask you your thoughts on this upcoming election? It's in 36 days.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris is going to win, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. I have
Yeah.
no idea.
You guys both American?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, you think Kamala Harris is going to win? Right
I
now?
hope so. I don't want to predict what happened in 2016.
Exactly.
You know, don't want to.
So right now, the polls show that in the swing states, Pennsylvania, Georgia, that Trump's leading by like 3 or 4 points right now. Do you guys think that with all the assassination attempts on him, that the left should tone down the rhetoric of calling him a threat to democracy, etc.?
No, because it's the truth. I mean, and you hear what he says.
It's the truth?
Yeah, it's the truth. You hear what he says. I mean, I guess it's just been. We've gotten numb to it, or so many people have gotten numb to it. But he says so many worse things than what Democrats are saying.
Like, what has he said, you think?
Oh, now you put me on the spot. I don't know. I'm not gonna.
What has he said that's worse than like calling him a threat to democracy?
Well, I mean, just the way he conducts himself as in everyday life. I mean, just like encouraging violence, like to the people at his rallies. I remember a while back there were protesters at his rallies.
What has he said to encourage violence?
They were like, he said something like, "I wish I could punch him in the face," or something like that, or like, "I'll pay your legal fees for punching him in the face if you fight them." I mean, like,
he was actually referring to a white supremacist at his rally. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
The guy like showed up in like a hood or something. He's like, "I wish I could punch that guy." Does that make you feel differently?
That would be part of the story I hadn't heard. I mean,
yeah.
I guess I I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're making that up. So,
no. You can look at my channel. My name's Abraham. It's just my name, Abraham Iyer. But yeah, we're out here asking people what they think is going to happen. What's up, bro? So anyway, do you guys think that it's gotten too identity based? I mean, the left seems to just you can't name something that he said that was worse than calling him a threat to democracy. Do you think that they're like, you know, kind of disconnected from ideas there a little bit? Shouldn't it be based on like substance rather than just calling him a bad guy?
Are you kidding me? So you're a Trump guy?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely not a Kamala guy. You know, things are so bad now.
But so are you gonna criticize Trump? Or are you just gonna?
I've criticized Trump on my channel definitely. Okay. But I think Kamala has done such a, you know, she's a part of the party that's done a terrible job in the current administration. You know, the economy's in shambles. The inflation is.
I mean, really? No.
You think we're in a good spot right now?
Yeah, man.
Really?
We're doing well. We're getting, you know, like other countries are like having issues with inflation, right?
What about like it was just released over 17 million illegal immigrants came across the border. Don't you think that's like a problem?
Immigrants?
Yeah, they came across the border. Don't you think that's an issue?
I'm not. I don't believe. Honestly, I don't pay that much attention to that, and I'm definitely not going to take information from Trump and people who are giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Those numbers are put even on the mainstream media sources, CNN, MSNBC, those places. Okay. So I mean, 17's a low
honestly,
estimate.
Like I don't know. I don't follow that.
Would it bother you if that was the case?
You brought up.
Would that bother you if that?
No, not necessarily. Like they're not all bad people. This country's built on immigrants, right?
We came here.
The vast majority of them are not bad people, and they're just looking for an opportunity, like so many other people in past generations.
But we should have a process of letting them in. That's
sure, and we do.
Well, there wasn't a process. They came in.
I mean, that's what you're saying. I don't know exactly what the process was.
You didn't know that there's no process?
I'm sure there was a process, and I don't know what it was.
The process is basically just catching and releasing. They don't even record their name. They don't record anything.
The immigration process that is posed by, that is supported by the Trump point of view, their party. What?
Yeah.
How do they suggest or propose to make the immigration process better? What are the solutions that they are setting?
They want to increase funding to border security so that.
Which they wanted. They passed that bill, or they wanted to pass that bill, and he shut it down.
Well, no, there was actually that bill would have done the inverse of what it was proposed to. Whenever you look at the names of these bills, it always does the opposite.
Right.
So you know, and that's in the detail of the bill. It's hundreds of pages long. You can read it if you want.
And you've read it?
I've seen the important parts of it, the highlights, you know. But to answer your question, what their policy is they want to record the names. They want to not let people in just willy-nilly. They want to turn people away.
Separate families, split up families.
Well, that's been going on. That's been going on since Obama. You know, Obama did that too.
I think it was much more severe with Trump. Don't you think?
I don't think so. I mean, Obama built the cages to separate families, and you know, people always put pictures of those cages attributing it to Trump, but it was actually Obama that did that, right?
And Trump did it as well, right?
Yeah, you know, but that's what you do. You know, if you break a law here, you know, let's say you're caught drunk driving, you're gonna be separated from your kids.
They didn't break laws.
If you're in the car with your kid, they did break a law. There's a law that says if you cross the border illegally, it's a crime.
Wow. Okay. So you're gonna split up.
There's a penal code for it.
You're okay with the cruelty of splitting up children from their parents?
Do you think it's cruel to split up a family if the father's caught drunk driving and he's in the car with his kid, right? The cop pulls him out, separates him from the kid. Is that unjust?
No, I mean that might be a little bit more fair. That's a dangerous situation.
What if it's not dangerous? I mean, they separate parents from kids all the time.
When?
When you're committing a crime.
When?
Drunk driving, you get pulled over.
Drunk driving versus walking across a border peacefully as a family. You're considering that the same thing?
They're both violating laws.
Oh wow! So you agree with every law that's out there? Sorry, Brooks. Go ahead.
Well, what law do you think I should disagree with of his?
Of his? Of what are you
Trump's.
talking about?
Trump's. You know.
Splitting up families. From the
well, I wouldn't
little kids,
right?
Just for crossing the border.
I wouldn't disagree with that for the reason I just laid forward. I mean, they're committing a crime.
Any law. That's your reason. Any law. It's a law, so you can't break it.
There are probably deeper distinctions, such as if you're committing tax fraud, you're also going to be separated from your family too, or if you're doing other things.
Do you ever jaywalk?
Jaywalking is not on the same level as illegally crossing the border.
So it's not a matter if it's just a crime.
Well, it's a lesser crime, though. I think.
Okay, so it's not just a matter if it's a crime.
Right. But you know, speeding is also a crime, but you don't go to jail for that. I think if you're going to go to jail for a crime, you would be separated from your family, and that's not unjust. If you get separated from your family, by going to jail, right?
You said for speeding?
No, for speeding, you're not going to be separated. It's just a ticket. But if you go to jail, you would be separated, right? So you know, that's acceptable. Would you agree with that?
That's a little bit more of a dangerous situation. I mean, like just walking across a border. Yeah.
Not violent crimes, but going to jail for any reason. You know, you're separated from your family at that point. You're separated from your kid.
Okay, but
speeding and walking across the border, they're both crimes, and I grant you that. But they're both wrong. But one is very harmful, and the other does not harm a person.
Yeah, crossing the border is worse than speeding illegally.
In your mind?
Yeah.
In your mind?
Well, that's a worse
Why?
crime.
How so?
Because you can't violate the process. There's a process. You're supposed to come legally, apply for a visa.
But you can't violate the process of speeding, or you can't violate the law of speeding.
You can definitely kill somebody when you speed. You can't kill anybody when you cross a border.
There were recent numbers released that 10% of the undocumented immigrants are violent criminals with criminal records in the country that they fled from.
And how many people did they kill, in fact, as a result?
A lot.
No, how many? What's the number?
I mean, you see it going viral every single week.
What are the numbers here? Americans are criminals too. I mean,
not at the same ratios of 10%.
Are you sure about
violent
that,
criminals?
Or are you just making it up?
No, 10% of people here are not definitely violent criminals. There's no way.
You said violent criminals?
Violent with a criminal record from the country that they're from.
Criminal record or violent?
Violent criminal record from the country that they're from. Right. There's no way people here are walking around and 10% of them are violent criminals.
So you doing all this just to get views, or you actually believe this stuff?
No, dude. I'm out here to ask people what they think. Obviously, there are a lot of liberals here because this is a blue area. This is, you know, we're in a bubble here. But I mean, most people actually, I would say, agree with my position. In the swing states, you know, Pennsylvania's ahead.
Well, they might agree with you in certain other places.
The swing states, Georgia, Pennsylvania, they would agree with the stuff I'm saying.
In Georgia or Pennsylvania.
Well, it's applying to the election that's, you know, happening in a month.
So you're a Musk guy too, I guess, huh?
Dude, you don't like Elon?
I used to, and then he's supporting Trump, and the stuff he says.
That's less politically charged. So let's talk about that because that's interesting to me. Why don't you like Elon?
Well, at a basic level, supporting Trump.
Did you like him when he bought Twitter at that point?
I didn't really care much about
it.
I give him credit for starting Tesla and moving in the direction of electric cars.
Right. I mean,
but he needs to think a little bit more before he speaks or before he tweets. He must be a smart guy.
You think Elon Musk should think more before he speaks?
Yes, but he thinks he knows more than he does.
Have you watched Elon Musk interviews?
No, I did not really. No, I've seen tweets.
There's thousands of hours of him talking to high-level people online on YouTube that you can watch, but he thinks very carefully about every word he says. To the point
doesn't mean he knows everything.
But you just said he should think more carefully before he speaks.
And maybe he needs to think even more carefully.
So you think that you know better than Elon? What should he say instead of what he's actually saying?
I know better than Elon.
But you're saying he should think more before he speaks. So what should he say instead of what he's saying?
Maybe nothing.
You think Elon should say nothing?
Maybe.
Okay, so you know better than Elon to the point where he should say nothing. But you haven't even watched any of his interviews on YouTube.
I mean, the stuff
so you don't even know what he says.
The stuff I've seen of what he says, like tweets or whatever.
Like what?
I don't know.
I mean, that's not an unreasonable question. If you don't like him or you think he shouldn't talk.
Yeah, but I don't have it off the top of my mind. I mean, I'm not thinking about Elon Musk all day and every day. I mean, like. You just ran up.
You brought Elon Musk up, actually.
Sure, I
did. You know, in 2015, liberals worshipped him. They loved him for Tesla. You know, he was their messiah.
You're an exaggerator,
right?
Man.
Dude,
I
was one of those people.
Okay, well that wasn't me, but.
You said you were a fan of Elon, and now you weren't, right?
No, I wasn't necessarily a fan of him.
You said that you were.
I didn't really care for it. I didn't think of him. Did I say I was a fan? Maybe I was mistaken.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't think much of him.
Would you at least
credit for the Tesla thing?
Okay. What about SpaceX?
Me personally, I don't care much for space stuff. So like.
But it's good for humanity, right?
Not necessarily. We have problems down here. We don't need necessarily sending billionaires to space. I mean, so.
He's doing a lot of good, you know, not just for billionaires in space. I mean, his satellites are providing low bandwidth or high bandwidth, low latency internet to the globe right now. So that's good.
I've seen. I think I saw something like about him sending some to Ukraine. I thought that was kind of a nice thing.
Yeah. And Brazil as well. You know, countries that are in turmoil, they need internet connection.
But I mean, I don't know.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Do you think that Elon's contribution to the world is a net positive or net negative?
It's too complicated.
Net positive?
Too complicated for me to answer. I mean, I can't assess that.
So, I mean, the positives stack up pretty clearly in terms of his companies, but what would be the negatives? Is it just political for you?
No, I mean, I think, you could call it politics, I guess. But, I mean, for one thing, I don't like billionaires.
Why?
Nobody deserves that much money.
That's crazy. Why do you say no one deserves that much money if they bring that much value?
I don't think they bring that much value.
Who are you to say how much value they should bring?
Me. What? On me. You're you.
So you
have
think
your opinion.
So you think you should determine how much money someone else should be able to make?
Determine? I mean, tax it, limit it.
Right.
I don't know.
So you think that you should be able to decide how much money someone else...
taxes exist already, right?
Yeah, but it's different in different states. The reason he went to Texas was for that reason.
Okay.
So he's saving
billions.
billions.
You live in the United States, right? You know they tax people,
In
right?
Texas, they have no income tax for the state.
Okay, but
that's
what
the reason
about
he went
the
there.
federal government?
I think taxes should be lower personally. I think
okay,
the government should be smaller.
But you're like changing the subject.
No, you brought up taxes again.
I know, but you changed the argument, I should say. You changed the argument a little bit, but
no, I didn't.
That's what you do.
No. So do you think taxes should be higher or lower?
Higher on wealthy, super wealthy people.
Why?
Because just like I said, I don't think they deserve that much money.
But when you raise taxes, they go somewhere else, right?
The economic inequality in this country, probably the world, is nuts, and people are just numb to it, I guess. Not everyone, of course, but...
I mean, yes, inequality is bad, but look around you. You're in the richest society, most free society. You're literally at the Santa Monica Promenade.
Sure. So
life is good.
Yeah, life's good. So why do they need even more?
No, for you, life is good.
Okay, and,
so,
and for him,
life
is good,
but
right?
but the reason life is good for you is because capitalism was able to take place and build this society. The reason why he got rich is through that process called capitalism, making value, creating things. Every single one of these companies, Lululemon, is owned by a billionaire. Apple, created by a billionaire. Okay. Every single one of these stores, bro, that you're enjoying right now is owned by a billionaire.
Who says I'm sorry. Who says I'm enjoying them?
You just admitted you were enjoying it on camera. Yeah,
what
you did.
Are you talking about?
You just said, I said you're enjoying it, and you said yes.
Enjoying what?
What you're surrounded by right now.
Oh, but you're specifically talking about Lululemon and Apple. Like,
yeah, you're surrounded by wealth. You're surrounded by opportunity. You're surrounded by capitalism. Yes, it is.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good.
You don't enjoy this environment that you're part of?
I hope you have a great day.
I do, man. But you spin. You're not.
I've responded to everything you said precisely. So can you name anything you don't like about Elon?
You know what?
All right, that's it.
You're just looking.
Hey guys, we appreciate it, man.
All right, have a good day.
Can we scratch all that? Like, I'm good. I don't want any of that.
No, I'm sorry.
We gotta record the comment.
You're in a public. You're in a public place.
You didn't ask my permission.
You're in a public place, bro. I'm sorry.
Sorry, bro.
I like your point of view.
Oh, thank you, bro.
You know, the thing is, with liberals like that, they never have a backup.
Right.
They never have anything that they can. Like, I don't like this. And
right.
I'm like, why?
So you just heard everything that would happen.
I did just hear everything.
And he brought up Elon and then got upset that I started responding on the topic of Elon Musk.
And couldn't say a word about it.
It's crazy.
It happens all the time.
And people like Elon Musk built this amazing society that were part of billionaire-founded Nike, billionaire Tesla, Apple, billionaire, every single one of these places.
I agree completely. I was listening to him, I'm like, okay, like every liberal I've ever seen, you're not going to have a backup for whatever. I don't like this. Well, why?
Right.
Well, have absolutely nothing to back up. Like,
let's move to the side.
Like, I love Kamala. All right, what do you love about her?
Exactly.
What are her policies?
Right.
I don't know.
I think the reason for that...
I don't know any of her policies. I just like her.
Bro, I think the reason for that... Tell me what you think about this. But I think it is that they're obsessed with identity. They're obsessed with a cult so that if you just repeat the right lines, then you can be a good person without having to earn any virtue. Those guys, I mean, I don't know who they are.
I was watching the whole thing, and I'm like, this guy has nothing to back up anything he's saying.
Respectfully to that guy, you know, what value does he bring to society when you're criticizing Elon Musk? Like, how much value do you bring when you're criticizing a guy that literally is revolutionizing space, electric cars, the internet, you know what I mean? And he's like, oh, he should earn less money. It's like, who are you, bro?
Right.
Like,
no, I get it. So I'm right there with you. But you know, I find that's a big liberal thing.
Yeah.
That they are, one, a little bit more, one, kind of arrogant.
Yeah.
And two,
very arrogant.
Really violent, really. More so than, like, if you go to, like, a Trump rally, and you're like, hey, I want to be with Trump, everybody's like, come on in,
That's exactly right.
But you go to a liberal rally,
right?
And they're like, fuck you, you like Trump, I hate your guts, blah, blah. And then I'm like, what the hell? I thought you guys were like mellow and liberal. And okay, so I got a great story.
Okay.
Yesterday, I went to the movies right here.
All right.
And this girl, super cute, she's wearing this little tight dress and whatever. She's right in front of me as I go out, and she goes into the men's bathroom. I'm like, oh, that's the men's bathroom. Girls' bathroom's over there.
Right.
She's like, well, I'm trans.
No kidding. Oh my God.
Like, so that's the kind of world we're living in. I'm like,
bro.
Okay, well, I mean, she was pretty to be. You can easily tell.
Right.
Like, really, you're trans? Okay. I'm like, whatever floats your boat. I'm fine. I don't care if there's a girl in the men's bathroom, whatever. So that's the kind of thing we're living with now. But people like that guy cannot back up anything that he says.
Right.
They never can.
Well, the thing about California is it allows that stuff, but Elon, ironically, is going to Texas because they don't allow that. He listed that as the reason he's going to Texas.
For like 15 years.
I was born in Texas too, but they don't allow that. I mean, you can't do that. But what's funny too is that these people are fed a false narrative about what Trump rallies are like. The guy said, "Oh, you know, it's violent," or there's some, and they're actually way more confrontational. And the Trump rallies are welcoming.
Time.
They're totally welcoming. But they just see.
Oh, yeah, you can see.
They see reported on CNN.
On YouTube all day long.
Yeah.
How you go to a Trump rally and everybody will be more than welcoming. You go to a liberal rally of Kamala or whatever.
You got something to say, bro?
No, I was just trying to see because it said resist the slave one.
Yeah.
Like and y'all talking about politics.
Oh yeah, this is Andrew Tate's slogan. It means basically resist ideology. Don't be captured by ideology.
What you got to say about the whole election thing going on?
Well, the election's in 36 days. It'll change the course of democracy, that's for sure. I think that...
I think they're going to try to kill Donald Trump, bro.
Yeah, a third time. Right.
And I think California doesn't really see it because of all the taxpayers that pay all that fucking money for the state. But I feel like these policies are retarded, bro.
Yeah.
And in a way, I'm scared because you know how they try to bring up like a certain superhero, and this is your superhero, but he ends up being the villain too. I'm not saying that's gonna be Trump, but like, isn't it like a too good to be true type of story? Even though when we was with him, we did have a good 4 years, but like,
I would say that it's very clear that God is on his side, considering he survived the assassination attempt. So, and he's not owned by them because he's self-funded. You know, he's not a part of any of these.
He's not controlled.
Right, he's not controlled, and that's the reason why they tried to kill him twice. And probably more than twice. We just don't know about the other attempts. But, I mean, I don't want to keep you too long because you said you got to go. But, bro, would you say that way more people are voting for Trump than people actually recognize?
I think way more people are voting for Kamala Harris. And
here or everywhere?
I don't know. I mean, I've been outside the state, and people are pretty like logically straight.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of emotional thinkers here in the state of California.
Yeah.
And they're gonna go with her regardless of she has no like she was a prosecutor and shit, but she wasn't doing shit. She wasn't doing shit. She wasn't doing that.
Of course.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And
they're not obsessed with ideas. They only care about ideology.
It's nothing but emotion.
Yes.
And, and if you listen
they have no logic.
If you listen to the debates and to the recent debate, it was all about Trump. When she's at the rallies, she talks about Trump. She doesn't talk about no policy. They have no policies. They got no policies.
Right. Well, ideas aren't. I want you to understand, bro, that ideas aren't important to these people. They don't care about logic. They actually consider logic and sense making to be oppressive. So even me asking that dude over there, why do you not like Donald Trump, was considered oppression to him. So that violates the cult in his mind.
It's because he's brainstreamed to like mainstream media. That's another thing too, is the media. Like it's the sources and the outlets you take the knowledge from, and if you're not open to all of them, you're going to be stuck to one, and that's only one narrative you're going to stick to.
It's a form of a cult, really. It's identitarianism over anything, and if you study history, that's one of the most dangerous ways to organize your psyche, is viewing people as either good or bad based on what club they're a part of. That's how atrocities happen. And I walk around, we're in this beautiful society, but I can't help but think, if we were in the 1940s in Germany right now, these people that are like mindlessly supporting somebody that has done nothing but destroy the country, I mean, what side would they be on, right?
Hitler. Probably.
Right, exactly.
It's
bizarre, but they invert reality. They say they call people that support Trump fascists when they're the ones that can't explain why they.
You know what it is? I think it's just too many distractions.
Back then, social media.
Back then, they didn't have a phone like this right here.
Right.
Like everybody got one of these.
Right.
Back then, everybody's worried about phones and shit.
The problem with Kamala is she changes her policies like daily.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
about policies.
2 days ago, she just said
God
bless you, bro.
There was
Be safe.
no military in live action,
dude.
And there's like tons of it. I mean, there's a great clip of guys in the military in live action watching her say that, and they're like, where the hell are we?
Reality is not important to them. Reality is as far as the postmodern neo-Marxists, which is the definition of their ideology, they don't care about reality. As a matter of fact, it says that anything that is objective, meaning reality itself, is a suggestion.
Yeah.
It's oppressive. If you were to say that Kamala is wrong because there actually are live action, military men in theater, that would be oppression. You're oppressing her. That's what she thinks.
Well, the thing that kills me about Kamala, I'll say this right now, is that she's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm like, you're in office right now.
Exactly.
So are you waiting to get elected to do stuff?
Right.
Can't you do something right now.
Dude, that's what
you are the vice president right now.
And she's saying, like, well, decrease inflation. It's like, you created inflation for 4 years and you're saying you'll change it?
Right.
But see, what you just did is you used logic. To them, that is oppression. And I can't say this enough. Logic to these people is oppression.
Well, these are the same people that you ask, what's a woman?
Right.
And they can't tell you what.
Right, because a definition that is objective reflects the objective world rather than their ideology.
It's real easy. Male, female. That's
right, exactly.
Just like the girl last night that was like, I'm trans. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm never going to fight anybody on it. I'm like, okay. I mean, if you look like a smoking hot chick to me.
Yeah, that's funny. But the thing is, if you were to ask her, why are you trans, she wouldn't say.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
But if you did hypothetically, she wouldn't be able to tell you objectively. She would just say, reality is essentially made in my image.
I think for her, the girls' bathroom was too far away. Honestly.
It could be anything. Right. It could be anything.
I don't know, but I wasn't about to fight her on it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Well, I remember when they were going through their debates, and Kamala was destroying Biden.
Yeah.
Just shredded him.
Sure.
What a piece of crap he was. All this. And then that just went out the window when he picked her as the vice president. I'm like, you think we forgot those debates?
That's a great example.
I can still bring up those debates.
Right.
How you destroyed Biden, what a piece of crap he was.
That is so
true. And how he was, I'm like, you think we forgot all that? I'm like, and now you're his vice president? I mean, I could bring up the debate where you are saying terrible things about Biden.
Exactly.
So, are you just a liar? I mean, you said Biden was a terrible person. Trump's probably the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
Because, I remember him on The Apprentice.
Well, no one can say that he's perfect, right? But
but the one thing he doesn't change.
Yeah. And he's not owned. He's not
God.
God.
Right. He sticks to whatever he says, he sticks to it. A lot of people don't like it. He's not your typical politician.
Yeah.
Biden's a politician, I mean, for the last 40 years.
Right. There's a huge difference between a politician who just wants to, they don't really create value versus a guy that is a billionaire who's created value for decades in a row.
I mean, I mean, Trump does put his foot in his mouth quite a bit, but he's still, at least you can.
He's real.
You know what he's doing,
and
right?
He's relatable.
Right.
Like you said, you saw the trans girl, that was relatable, even though it was funny and kind of politically incorrect. And it was relatable, right?
Yeah.
But he talks that way.
Well, she said she was trans. No, she was. I think she was a girl.
Can't win.
The thing about liberals that I don't get is that they're so violent. Yeah. You know, like if you...
You said that 3 times now. Have you been accosted or assaulted?
No, but I've seen it so much.
You've seen it? Okay.
I've seen it. I've gone to...
I've seen it online all the time.
Rallies and stuff.
Okay.
And then on that side, they're just like super angry, and on this side, they're like, hey, if you want to be with Trump, come on in.
That juxtaposition
is
really stark, right?
Yeah.
One side's welcoming. It's because we care about morality, we care about truth, we care about objectivism, we care about freedom, freedom of speech, the Constitution.
Right.
But the other side, they care about nothing. They will sacrifice anything on the altar of their resentment. Anything. Their kids, their babies.
I mean, it's just, some of the stuff is so ridiculous. It's like, really? I mean, like the gender thing, I'm like, oh, come on. I mean, okay, so I just got a job.
Okay.
I had a video that I had to watch about this is he, she, they.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, are you
Marxist programming.
Oh my God. He, she, they. So you got to make sure that you address them as what they want to be. I'm like, so they're plural. They're they? Is that
right?
I'm like,
multiple people. They have multiple personality disorder.
Like, oh my God.
Right.
Oh my God. A whole video on it, dude.
Right.
It was part of our training.
Right.
I just did it like 2 days ago.
Yeah. That level
I start on Monday.
Goes everywhere.
Start tomorrow.
Okay.
And I watched this whole like a good hour video.
Wow.
On like every single type of gender. Like I'm binary,
whatever.
non-binary.
Yeah.
And you have to address them as I'm like. Isn't it real easy? It's like girl, guy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay. If you want to be gay, that's fine all day long.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
well, there's a huge difference between being gay and like being trans. One's saying, you like chocolate versus vanilla. The other is saying I'm a tree versus a human.
Right.
It's totally different.
Oh, dude, whole video on it. An hour of it. I had to watch it during their HR thing, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Is this
that same
part of the world?
That same level of cult that I referenced before about how you're either a good person or a bad person applies to companies too. So you're either a good company or a bad company based on if you're willing to repeat the lie. It's basically
dude, it's the craziest video I've ever seen.
You know how in Game of Thrones where they have to bend the knee to the king?
Yeah.
It's where companies bend the knee to the ideology to say, this is how much I'm willing to deny reality and say the opposite of the truth in order to be labeled good.
Right.
And so that's what it is. But companies are leaving California for Texas for that reason, of course.
Right.
But that's right.
Because when you ask them, hey, so what's the reason for you thinking that way?
Right. And then they treat me like a some sort of corrupt predator for asking the question.
Right.
Right.
Because they don't know the answer.
Exactly. But that's enraging because I'm asking them to adhere to reality rather than their cult.
Right.
And so what I'm saying there is that you're a fraud.
But what I've found every time with liberals is they don't know anything.
Yeah.
They're just like, I love Kamala. What's one of her policies? Can't tell you.
That's
why.
not important. Policies aren't important to these people. But I appreciate you talking with us.
All right,
What's
yeah,
your name?
man.
What's your name?
Mark.
Mark.
Nice
I'm going to remember
you.
Right,
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm totally backing you up, man.
I really appreciate you.
I agree with you guys.
I really appreciate that. Thank you, bro. Thank you. All right, have a great day, Mark. And good luck with that work, okay? Bro, I feel like we're living history right now. If we were alive in the 1940s in Germany and able to ask people what they were thinking, I feel like we would have very similar interactions, very eerily similar interactions to what we're encountering here. The people that are supporting Trump can explain why. They're authentic. They have ideas. They don't get upset. They're not enraged by questions. They are able to use logic, reason, and rationality. And the people that are voting for Kamala, they're like zombies. They're like walking around mindless. They can't answer any questions, and even asking them a question enrages them because it signals that you're not a part of their cult, and it makes them think that, oh my gosh, I'm unsafe. I'm being oppressed now. But look at this beautiful, paradise that we're part of, guys. This is California. It doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to live like this, When I moved here 10 years ago, California wasn't like this. People's brains weren't broken, but there's something about this state, something about this city that is very deeply warring with reality itself. Let's try to get a couple more interviews while we're here.
Excuse me, can you sign a petition?
For what?
For emulating the Chinese Communist Party. They are very evil.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Right here?
Yeah. Here.
My name is Abraham.
Oh, another person.
Wow.
Yeah.
The communists are extremely evil.
Yeah. Another country. Thank you.
Of course.
Can you sign it too?
Here, let me get that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Take down Chinese Communist Party.
We're taking down the Chinese Communist Party right here, guys, and this is very important. Yeah. Because communism is evil. It's worst ideology ever.
Thank you.
Record. So, can I ask you why are you out here getting people to sign this petition? Did you flee from communism yourself?
Because I came from China.
Okay.
And I was arrested in China before.
Oh my gosh, for what?
Because I just told people in the street, Falun Dafa is good. And they arrested me in the prison.
Who is that?
Chinese government policeman.
Oh man, okay, wow.
Just because of my speech.
You said that he was good.
I just say Falun Gong is good.
Wow.
Falun Gong is a kind of Chinese traditional cultivation.
Okay.
I practice it and I recovered from my illness.
Right.
And I told people in my country that Falun Gong is good.
Okay.
And they arrested me.
They arrested you for that?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Very crazy.
What happened to you when they arrested you there?
And after 12 days, and they set me free.
12 days in jail?
Yeah.
For speaking freely in public?
Yes.
So this is what they're doing in China. Guys,
Yeah.
this is what we're battling here. This is the reason why free speech is important. This is the reason why we must protect our Constitution, because there are pushes for this to happen in America here.
Yeah.
Who do you think are the people that want communism to take hold here?
Sorry, my English is...
It's okay. Who's trying to make communism happen here? Who is happening?
Maybe there are some spies here,
okay.
but I'm not sure who they are.
Well, what we're seeing here is that there are a lot of people walking around everywhere that are actually infected with the same ideas of communism.
Maybe.
Because communism is obviously a very far-left tyrannical dictatorship, and there are people that want to remove free speech. You know, 40% of the country is against free speech here. My channel gets censored because I speak freely about things in the same way. Of course, I'm not put in jail because this is America, but we're trending in a direction where they want to punish you for saying the wrong thing. So we're actually out here for the same reason.
Okay.
Wow.
Thank you. You're broadcasting it online?
Yeah, not now, but it will be tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. What's your name?
Angel.
Angel.
Yeah.
Wow, you are an angel for this. This is fantastic. Good luck.
Yeah. A lot of people supporting us.
What are you going to do with this?
Maybe we will gather the numbers and we will put it online, show people. So many people support us.
That's awesome.
And the Chinese government maybe they will know that, and they will not do bad things at will.
Okay, wow. Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, have a great day.
Okay, have a blessed day.
God bless you. That was great, dude. That was awesome. Right as we're talking about left-wing censorship, a girl that was literally arrested, put in jail for 12 days. 12 days, it sounds almost biblical, right? The number 12. Anyway, for saying something that she believed. I'm not sure what that practice was she was referring to. It might be a religion. It might be their equivalent of yoga or whatever it is, because she said it helped her get over an illness or whatever it might be. But the fact that she was put in jail for saying that she liked that, could you imagine that happening here?